Good morning to you, Mr Laws.
Good morning. Good
nice to see you. So, effectively, you want to rein in the freedoms of these free schools. So what's the point of having them?
Well, the point of having them is that often they bring in new innovative leadership into the school system. They do, at their best, have governors and leaders of schools who are very ambitious, who help to improve standards. But we do think the current situation is rather strange, that in some state schools you have a requirement to teach a minimum core curriculum, and you have the requirement that all teachers should be qualified. And then in a minority of other state-funded schools, you don't have those requirements. And this isn't just about having a level playing field, which people might think is sensible and consistent. As your package a moment ago indicated, we've seen in Birmingham the real risk that if you don't have a core requirement on schools, that you can end up with abuses. And we had the absurd situation where one of the Birmingham schools was essentially teaching Arabic, religion and one other subject. And I think most parents would say that if their child is in a state-funded school, they want to know that they're getting a basic curriculum, including modern languages, history, those types of subjects.
Isn't the problem, though, doesn't this go to the heart of the problem for the Liberal Democrats? Essentially, you know, 4 years ago, your party helped bring in these academies, your votes pushed them through. You knew what they were about then. A few months ago, in October, you were in the Commons enthusing about unqualified teachers, what a superb job they were doing in these schools. And today you're saying the complete opposite. People don't really know what the Lib Dems stand for, and that was shown in the elections, wasn't it?
No, I mean, our position on both of these issues, the core curriculum and qualified teachers, is a long-standing position. But what's important to understand is that this curriculum freedoms for academies, where they don't have to teach any of these core subjects, and the situation for qualified teachers is something that started under the last government. This has been an issue for some time, and we said at the last general election campaign that we thought there should be a core curriculum in all schools. Unfortunately, this is not a position that the other two parties have until now supported, but we think that it's much more resonant after Birmingham.
Yeah, this does cause tensions, doesn't it, for you in your position, because this aligns you closer with Labour, and yet you're still in the coalition as schools minister.
Well, not really, because actually, as I said a moment ago, it was Labour that brought in the opt-out for academy schools from the core national curriculum. We thought it was a mistake then. We said then it was a mistake. And what is really interesting now, and why this is more topical now, is that we see the dangers that can arise in places like Birmingham. And it's not just the Liberal Democrats that are saying this should be looked at. Sir Michael Wilshaw, the Chief Inspector for Schools, after he looked at the Birmingham schools, said there was a real issue about making sure that parents could have that guarantee that a core curriculum was taught in all schools. And I hope this is something that we can look at not just after the next general election, depending upon what the results are and how many MPs are in the Parliament. I think that this is something that all the political parties should be looking at and addressing now.